Good morning. I'm Janie Parrish with the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce, and you are in for a treat today because you're going to spend a little time with Ralph Copley, one of our city council people, and Ralph is the council representative for Ward 1. Here we go, Ralph. But before we get into this, I want everybody to know we're interviewing every city council person, and this is on the request of our Chamber of Board directors. And so every council person received the exact same questions. And also, they're about 10-minute interviews. So we want to get in as much as we can about each of our great council people. So now, good morning, Ralph.
Good morning, Janie. How are you doing today?
I am good. Cold, but who
Oh,
isn't?
very cool. That's right. That's right.
Who isn't? Okay, well, I'm going to start off by asking you to tell us a little bit about your past work experiences.
Well, actually, my past work experience here in the city of Wadsworth goes back 40 some years. In 1982, I started as a volunteer on the Wadsworth Fire Department. I worked in Wadsworth at two different sporting goods stores, and I just volunteered. Well, then in 1989, the city decided to hire a full-time fire marshal slash chief fire inspector, and I was a successful candidate for that position in 1989. So I held that position until 1992, and I became assistant chief of administrative operations for the fire department, and still did my full-time job as chief fire inspector. And then in 2002, Chief Hunnert retired. Very nice guy that I worked with for a number of years. And they appointed me interim chief. And then I tested for the position of chief. And in February, actually, it was on my mom's birthday. In February of 2003, I got the appointment to chief. And I worked in that position until I retired at the end of December 31st, 2012. So I've got over 40 years of public service here in the city. I took a year off, okay, because I thought retirement's going to be great. But I found out that retirement wasn't quite as fun as I thought it was going to be. So I went down to the Jackson Township Fire Department in Stark County and went to work part time as a fire inspector slash plans reviewer for them. And I worked down there almost 8 years. So I actually just retired in 2022 from down there. But in 2014, I decided I wanted to keep giving back to the citizens of Wadsworth. I mean, I love Wadsworth. I met my wife here in 1978. We got married in 1979, and I moved here. And I just think Wadsworth is a very beautiful community. It's a wonderful community to raise your family in. And I really, really enjoyed living in Wadsworth. That's what made me run for city council. I just started my 12th year on city council this January and everything. So that's basically my work history. That's what I've done.
Wow. Yes. So you just started your 12th year.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. And tell me what committees you've been on and the things that you've done to make the committee better.
I have actually served on every standing committee except for economic development and planning. Right now, I'm presently the chairman of the safety committee, and I serve on the public service committee. I also serve on the stormwater commission. I've served on the airport commission. I've served on the senior citizens commission. Let's see, I think that's about it. The probably my biggest contribution to safety is my experience with the fire service, because I understand what the guys want, what the guys need to do their job and everything, because I did it for 38 years and everything. So I've really focused on providing, the fire service, to the citizens still. Even though I'm not on the fire department, I still, have a deep love for the fire service. The Public Service Committee, I bring a lot to the table when it comes to water supply and that kind of stuff, because being on the fire uh, department for so many years, I know there's areas of town where we have problems, with water and everything, and how important it is that you get those areas upgraded so that things work as they should if the fire department needs them. So that's basically the two big things, I guess, you know.
There's some pretty big things. And then I know you were very instrumental with the new fire station on College Street. And what an amazing building that is. And
Yes,
what
it
it,
turned out
what,
very nice. And I'm so happy to say that it came in budgeted like it was supposed to. I mean, that's one thing that I also take great pride in, is making sure that we don't spend more money than we need to spend. I I question a lot of things, but I don't question them for Ralph Copley. I represent the residents, and it's not our money; it's their money that we're spending when we sit up there and make these decisions.
well, truly, that fire station is a gift to the community.
And that should last us 50 years.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes. I just wanted to tell you, when I took donuts, the chamber takes donuts every Monday morning, supplied by Ann's Pastry, and we take it to one of our chamber members. And I remember the first time I went into the fire station on Lyman Street, and I'm thinking to myself, what year is this? Because we knew it needed updated badly.
Yeah.
So
Were you ever in the old fire station?
just the one on Lyman Street.
Lyman Street, yeah, because that was originally built in 1963.
Okay, well
And
then,
then they did an addition in 1975. Then we did an addition in 1992 to add some of the things that needed to be added for the safety of the firefighters and stuff like that. So that building had definitely been used up. I mean, it was to its end of a useful life for the fire service and everything. So we definitely got our money's worth out of that building. I mean, it was almost 70 years old. So
holy smokes, yes. In building years, 70 is a very long time, especially
very
with the
long time.
technology, and the education that are provided for the things that are needed. Yep, that
Yep.
was a long time. So
Long
tell
time.
me, what is your vision for Wadsworth?
My my personal vision,
Mhm.
I have two small grandchildren, and I want to leave Wadsworth for them as I found Wadsworth in 1979. The small town charm, but yet it's going to be modernized so that we still have the great utilities that we have. We still have the great parks that we have. I think it's so important that we leave things better than you find it and everything. And like
I
I said,
agree.
our grandchildren and everyone, I mean, that's what we're working for, is, for their future. We're not going to be here in 20 years, but they will be, so try and leave it better than you found it.
Oh boy, especially, well, I always think our schools are top notch, and the library and the utilities, all of those things. But I'll tell you, one of the things that's very, very cool in Wadsworth are the parks.
Yes, I mean the work that we got accomplished last year in the parks, I think, speaks volumes for the people on council, the administration, and everything. The parks have needed work for a number of years. I mean, they were nice parks, but they
Mhm.
needed upgraded. And putting the destination playground this spring, there would be a splash pad, new pickleball courts, and all that kind of stuff. I just really think that it's not that the community needed it. I think the community deserved it,
And
because
appreciates.
and very much appreciate. You don't know how many comments I have received and emails and phone calls thanking us for those upgrades. They just did it just made people feel good, and that's what it's all about, because we represent the citizens. That's what it's all about.
I love that. So, what is your city council legacy to Wadsworth?
Well, if you look back on my Facebook page that I created back in 2014 when I first ran for council, my right at the top it says, if it's important to you, it's important to me. I have taken phone calls about mail deliveries. I've taken phone calls about dogs and cats and everything. But I have prided myself in, I answer every email, I answer every phone call, or if I can't answer it, I return the phone call. Because, like I've said numerous times during this interview, I represent the citizens. And if I don't stay in contact with the citizens, and listen to what they have to say, how can I govern? I mean, because they're my boss and everything. And I think that's why I'm, starting my 12th year. A lot of people, see that I, I am committed. I mean, I represent the people. So that
Mm,
I would think that would be my legacy.
that is a
If
great
it's important
legacy.
to you, it's important to me. You know,
There you go.
I I can't fix everything, but I'm willing to listen and at least get you answers and try to fix it if it's all within my power.
I love that. That's awesome. Now, I have to tell you, Ralph, I've been with the chamber for 13 years.
And you're
And
doing a great job. I
oh,
mean,
thank
you're
you.
doing a great job.
And I'm very good friends with Dennis Hanwell, the mayor in Medina. And when I
He's a great.
told him that I was going to apply for the job to come to Wadsworth, he said, let me give you a piece of advice. Find Ralph Copley and get to know him. I'm like, because I, had been researching and I said the fire chief and he said, I'm going to tell you, there is nobody more upright and stellar than Ralph Copley. And I'll
Uh,
never forget him saying that.
I appreciate that very much. I mean, that's what I've tried to live by. That's how I was raised. I mean, so that's what I hope to continue to do, as long as I have time here.
Oh, well, Ralph Copley from Ward 1, I have to tell you, it looks like you're right in the middle of fall behind you. What is that?
That's actually a little getaway that I have down in Knox County, Ohio. And everyone's got to have a place to unwind and everything. And I love the outdoors. And when this place came for sale, I I knew the previous owner real well. We were real good friends, and he wanted to get rid of it and everything. And he come to me first, and I said, "Give me 2 weeks." So we was able to make things happen. And like I said earlier, I've got two grandkids that would rather be down there than at home because they have the woods. I mean,
Sure.
it's only 16 acres of land, but it's all woods. That's the pole barn that you see there on the right. But there's a log cabin there and everything that we really love spending time down there with family and friends, and just relaxing. I guess that's best way to put it.
Yeah, it's your own little remote paradise.
Yeah, the closest neighbors probably long way.
Well, Ralph Copley, thank you for all you do for Wadsworth. You have been an amazing addition to the city council, and we appreciate your time. I know how much time you have to spend on this because I can tell I usually watch every city council meeting, and you are prepared. And that doesn't just happen walking in and flipping open some documents. You're
I
prepared.
take, I take pride in reading every ordinance. I take pride in doing research on everything that's coming before us so that I have some basic knowledge. I mean, I don't know everything about everything. So I have to prepare myself so that I can ask intelligent questions and,
Yeah.
hopefully, get the right answers, and stuff like that there. So that's why, I mean, it's a commitment. It's a
It's
very strong commitment.
huge. Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ralph. And we'll see you around, but not where you're at right now. But we would all love to be right there.
Okay, JD. Thank
So
you so
thank
much.
you.
Keep up the great job that you're doing, please.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.